Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from the Singapore Fintech Festival, and joining me for this segment, we have Bo Bai. He is the co-founder and executive chairman of MetaComp. We're going to discuss reestablishing trust and transparency in the digital asset ecosystem. Bo, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
You got it. And let's talk about Singapore for a moment here and its role in defining a safe and compliant digital asset ecosystem.
Well, indeed, as you know, Singapore is one of the top financial centers in the world now, and actually this year surpassed Hong Kong. Singapore government, particularly Monetary Authority of Singapore, has been very progressive, but at the same time put a very rigorous system for the crypto, for the digital asset space. We are all aware that particularly over the past couple of years, increasing number of traditional financial institutions are getting into the crypto space. We saw news about BlackRock set toes into the space. We saw Nasdaq, your firm, begin to get into the crypto trading space and the custody space as well. And then that all requires more stringent AML, KYC laws and systems to safeguard the system. So I think Singapore is very well situated in that space. In addition to that, Singapore is also benefiting from their regulatory system is very well integrated. So I think that is a huge part, particularly as you get to the STO, meaning security token. That will be a very important aspect when Singapore is regulating, and then will provide a very good system for globally.
And it sounds like regulation, stronger guidelines is really what it's going to take to continue to build out that ecosystem, having that infrastructure, having that available to really boost token innovation in Southeast Asia and particularly Singapore. It really all comes around with regulation.
I think that's right. So it's a combination of the right, progressive, and rigorous regulation that gives investor, particularly traditional financial institution investor, the confidence to get into the space. And in addition to that, token innovation is not only just about the BTC, the ETH, and then all those hash rate-based token. What we are thinking, what we're actually observing, increasing demand for other real asset-backed token as well. For example, we're rolling out CNT, our digital carbon credit. It's an ASEAN, different countries' carbon credit backed digital asset. So it's a real world asset backed to real digital token, but in the Singapore regulatory regime, and its STO can be recognized as the proper financial security. And that financial security is the more natural way for many of the traditional finance to be able to tap into that space. So being based here, benefiting from this ecosystem for the whole ASEAN's assets, we start with the carbon asset, being able to do ASEAN carbon-backed digital assets, make this available to traditional finance to be able to tap into this in side by side with the BTC and ETH.
What are some lessons that you've learned when you think about the future of building finance, whether it's from mistakes from TradFi or some of the mistakes that we've learned over the past couple of years, bringing investors to digital assets? What are some of those key lessons?
I think in the past we have all been a little bit siloed. Historically, the TradFi said, I'm not going to touch the CryptoFi. The CryptoFi said those are older generation, I don't want to talk to them. In our view, there's going to be a strong movement of Web 2 plus Web 3. And that's what you're seeing right now on the crypto, BTC, and then ETH side. But we are also working very diligently to bring digital carbon to connect with the TradFi and CryptoFi. For example, 2 days ago, we just announced our partnership with IDX, Indonesian Stock Exchange, to work with them to build the carbon credit system for Indonesia, the largest carbon asset country in Asia. And then we'll offer that in the traditional security, and then we'll offer that in the digital security as well. Tonight we're announcing our partnership with Chainlink. Chainlink is a leading oracle in the DeFi space. Guess what? Web 2 and Web 3, they don't have to be separated. We are an infrastructure builder. MVGX and MetaComp, we are the infrastructure builder. We're trying to connect the real world, China to Indonesia to Singapore. And then later we'll have a few more countries in ASEAN connected. And then for that, we will have a real world carbon credit as the underlying asset pool. Based on that, we offer the digital token. And then that digital token, through partnership with the firms such as Chainlink, across different chain, we penetrate into Web 3, and then so that Web 3 can also get into the sustainable movement. So we think there are things should be connected. Web 2, Web 3, TradeFi, CryptoFi, they should not be isolated. They should not be siloed. They should be combined. They should be integrated. And then we want to be that bridge. We want to be that infrastructure builder.
All right, well, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. And thanks for joining me at the Singapore Fintech Festival. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.